How the hell are you broke again? Didn't you just get paid like 3 business days ago? Why are you already Googling how to live off instant noodles without dying? Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. If you're struggling to save money, there's a high chance it's not because you're underpaid. It's because you're financially allergic to common sense. And today, we're about to fix that. Because if you don't get your money act together now, you'll wake up one day with zero savings, maxed out stress, and a landlord who's texting you, "Hey, where's the rent?" Let me quickly tell you the 5 things that is making your savings seem like an absolute joke. Oh, by the way, I always randomly pick one comment from the last video and roast the person because I can, so stick around to see if it's yours. Number 1, the "I deserve it" syndrome. You had a bad day, so you treat yourself. Newsflash. James and Sophia, you're not a dog. You don't need treats every time you sit through life. Treating yourself after every minor inconvenience is how you end up rewarding failure. Number 2, emotional spending. You had a rough day, your boss yelled at you, traffic sucked, your pet looked at you weird. So what do? You treat yourself again. That $6 latte wasn't self-care, it was self-sabotage in a cup. Number 3, it's just $2 syndrome, it's just $3, it's just $30 sushi combo with delivery fees. Guess what? 10 of those and you've just burned your entire budget. Number 4, living like you're rich. When you're actually broke as fuck, fake luxury is the disease. Everyone wants to look rich instead of becoming rich. You don't need the latest iPhone if your savings account can't even beat a vending machine. Wake up. You're not saving because you keep lying to yourself. You tell yourself you'll start saving next month. Spoiler, you've been saying that since 2019. Number 5, you budget in your head. Oh yeah, I know how much I'm spending. No, you don't. You're out here doing math like $15 coffee plus $18 lunch equals whatever. I deserve it. If your budget lives in your head, then so do the ghosts of your savings account. Track every expense like your life depends on it. Because honestly, it kinda does. Number 6, you let little purchases slide. Oh, it's just $5. It's only a subscription. It's just one more drink. Yeah, until your bank statement looks like a CVS receipt made by a drunk toddler. Those small leaks, they're financial termites. You don't see them until your house is gone and you're crying into your microwave dinner. Number 7, you spend to impress people who don't even like you. Let's talk real. That $300 you dropped on trendy garbage, no one cares. You're broke and trying to impress people? Pick a struggle. Number 8, you think you'll start saving later. There is no magical future where you suddenly become a responsible adult with stacks in the bank and discipline falling from the sky. If you're not saving now, you're not saving later. You're just delaying your downfall. All right, now here are the 3 savage hacks that slap my wallet into shape. 1, the disrespect rule. It's simple. If a purchase disrespects your future, it doesn't deserve your money. That's it. Ask yourself before you buy anything. Is this $40 Uber ride helping future me win? Or is it just me being lazy because I didn't leave the house on time? If the answer is disrespect, you walk away. No second thoughts. Because once you realize that every dollar you spend is either building your future or burning it down, you'll get savage real fast. 2, automate it like you're lazy. Don't trust yourself to manually save. You are unreliable. I've seen your Amazon history. Set up automatic transfers the second your paycheck hits. Make it harder to spend stupidly by making saving frictionless. Step 1, the 50-30-20 rule. Forget those boring finance books. Here's how I say it. 50% goes to needs, rent, food, survival. 30% goes to wants. But don't be dumb. If you're broke, then you should want ramen, not rooftop brunch. 20% goes to savings. That's non-negotiable. You pay your future self first. If you can't save 20%, cool, save 10%, save 5%, but save something or stay broke forever. Here's what most people don't want to hear. Saving money isn't sexy. It's discipline. It's boring. It's 1,000 no's to give your future a big fat yes. But it's also the power to walk away. The power to say, I got it, when life punches you in the wallet. The power to stop being controlled by your paycheck. You don't have to be rich to start saving. You just have to stop being reckless. So the next time you're about to spend $30 on something dumb, pause. And imagine future you looking at you like, really? That's what we're doing now? Then put the money away and walk off like the financially evolved savage you are. All right, if this video slapped some sense into you, good. That was the goal. Now take this energy and actually do something with it. Start saving, start tracking, start being the kind of person your broke past self would high five. Today's comment of the day goes to Rose Nasser, and it says, I would comment here, but I don't have time because I'm grinding and staying consistent. So, get lost. Damn, not her setting boundaries in a public forum like it's a TED Talk. This is what happens when you mix too many self-help books with a double shot of sass. Now, we've got a motivational menace on our hands. Lastly, if you've watched this far and still haven't subscribed, I genuinely hope your bank app freezes next time you try to check your balance. So, if you think subscribing is too much, I get it. Making smart decisions clearly isn't your thing.